Hello, and welcome back to another edition of Carrie's Gardening Channel. So today is September the 10th, 2022, and what I want to talk to you about today is what starts happening when you're getting excessive moisture, overnight high humidity, and lots of rain. So you can see all the humidity and all the dew that is on this eggplant here. This came up on its own. It actually is going to bloom, and you can see all of the wetness and the dew that's on the status here. You can see it here glistening on the yarrow leaves. So everything out here is soaking wet, and we've been getting a lot of rain, especially overnight, and we've been getting a lot of high humidity. Now I'm gardening in Pennsylvania in zone 5B. So there for a while we weren't getting too much rain, and we were kind of in a drought. I had to actually buy water totes to actually bring water up to the flowers so we could water them so we didn't lose everything. But the weather is starting to change and we're getting a lot of rain, especially at night. The ground is completely waterlogged, it's soaked, the air is very humidified, and it's laying on the leaves and on the flowers of the plants. Some of this stuff, we actually can't even start harvesting it until the afternoon because of how wet it is, just from the morning dew and all the humidity. So I'm walking through the grass here. You can see how wet it is from my shoes, and I just started walking through the grass here. Everything here is soaking wet. You can see it on my hydrangea bush here, which the deer started eating this. But the problem when you start getting this much moisture is, even though you have airflow, you're going to start getting powdery mildew, which is what is on this corpius right here. And this is pretty bad on this plant here. It is starting to kill the plant. We have started spraying it. You really have to watch your salvias with this. You have to watch your squash plants. Another problem that starts happening when you start getting this much moisture is you're also going to start getting blight on your tomatoes. And you're going to start getting blight on your tomatoes. It's really bad down in the Hollow Garden. We lost a lot of stuff down in the Hollow Garden this year. One of the things that happened, we had some porcupines get in, and they pretty much wiped out the corn crop down there. But the humidity pretty much took out all the tomatoes down there, and it was just a really strange year, because normally that garden down there is does very well for us, but this year was just a really off year for it. But on this one here is up on top of the mountain, this garden here, and you can see the blight on these here. Now, this is open, and the air is blowing through. The air is blowing through some right now, but you can see this whole thing here is open. So the air is coming through. It normally comes like this way towards us, and it blows through here, but there's that much humidity, and it's just, nothing's getting to dry until like in the afternoon. So everything's just laying on there, and the blight is just going crazy on these. You can see what it did to the squash plants. I mean, they're gone. The powdery mildew took them out. We were spraying them there in the beginning, and we were spraying them through, but once it got really bad, that was it for them. And you can see this stuff is getting airflow because you can see the leaves blowing, but it's about, I think 10:30 right now in the morning, and everything is just really wet. You can see my shoes, how wet they are just from walking in the grass, which took out my marigold crop. They're still trying to grow, but you can see the leaves on them. You can see back there, it just took the plants right out. And these were doing really well. And once we started getting all that rain, we started getting the rain overnight and all the humidity, it just took over. We did try spraying them. Unfortunately, it was too late. There are some plants that don't really have it too much, so we're really trying to keep after them to make sure that we keep getting our crop that we need. With all the rain that we're getting, before the flowers are even mature, you can see what it's doing to them. It's just turning them brown, and it's making it more difficult to actually get our crops and get our harvest out of these. Because you could, I mean, look how wet the flowers are. And it's taken them a long time to dry out. I mean, the wind is blowing. You can see this one here is blowing back and forth. And it's coming from this way. So they are getting the airflow, but it's so much humidity and everything's just so wet. So when you start getting high humidity and a lot of rain at night, you're going to have issues with your plants with blights and diseases attacking them. And we don't really like to spray stuff, but we try and spray the stuff when our beneficial bugs aren't out yet. And we try and use like neem oil to control this stuff. So I just want to give you this quick video update here. And I'll talk to you a little bit about what starts happening when you start getting high humidity and a lot of rain at night. And hopefully, you know, if you spray your stuff, you can prevent a lot of this from happening. And like I said, we were spraying it, but when you keep getting your sprays and stuff washed off and everything's so wet, the blight's just going to take over. So if you like my video, please like, comment, subscribe. Please don't forget to hit the little notification button. That tells you I put a new video on. You can also follow me on Twitter. I have a link down in the description for my Twitter account. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.